guys, I'm Kim Cash and I'm doing Vlogmas 2020, which is a crafting celebration of Christmas, the 24 days of Christmas. So I thought I would share something that I think is very suitable for Vlogmas, and it is our Advent calendars. We have these in our family and we've had them ever since I married my husband. Well, actually before that, my mother-in-law made me a calendar, an Advent calendar, and on it we hang little gifts for the 24 days of Christmas. And usually what I do is I start with something that's kind of special, or at least more than a candy cane, and then over the 24 days I add little teeny gifts, and then on the 24th day I add something bigger. So the 1st and the 24th I add a nice kind of Christmas present, and the rest of the days, because when you add up 24 times 6 people, you'd have almost 150 presents. So that would be a lot of presents. So a lot of days I just hang a candy cane or a little candy. Anyway, I thought I'd share with you my Advent calendars in our house. I've got them laid out here and I'm going to hold those up so you can see them. So this one is my daughter-in-law's, and her name is Fatina. And actually, my daughter made it for her wife, and you can see that it comes with a little loop on each of the dates, and so you hang a little gift on those, and they can open a gift every day. And she picked things that my daughter-in-law really likes, like Coca-Cola, and they went to Paris for their honeymoon, and then it's just something that represents her. So this one is for Fatina, and then on the back it's got a different fabric, and we put a dowel in it and then some ribbon, to hang it up. And so I'll show you the other ones. Oh, and a little cross stitch is on there. So that's Fatina's, and then this one is my daughter's, and her name is Kara, and as you can see, it's a cross stitch, and Famor was who made it, and that's my husband's mother. It means father's mother in Danish. It's kind of like grandma, but Famor. So that's Kara's and Fatina's. And this one is my husband's, and he's had this since he was a child, and his mother made it for him. And let me see, I'm so bad at getting these centered over the camera, but you can see it's like an applique of a Christmas tree, and a little boy holding it, and then the little wooden shoes, and then it has my husband's name. Let me see if I can get it up there close enough. And the year he was born. This is so big, it's hard to get it in there. But you can see that. So that one's Lars's. I'll try to see if you can see it all if I hold it up and back away. So that one's Lars's. And today, I'm going to be hanging gifts on these calendars. I'm going to start, I should have started a month ago. And this one's for Luke, as you can see, and it has his birth year. And his is a long appliqued choo-choo train. And he's had this since he was, less than a year old. And every year I hang little gifts on these. This one's really long. And you can see I have a lot of gifts to wrap. Let me grab the other two. I may not actually wrap all the gifts. I may just hang candy canes, like I said, because it's a chore, let me tell you. This one is Jacob's, and you can see it's cross-stitched. And you can see Famor did that one too. She made these beautiful calendars for the kids when they were just, I think when I was maybe even pregnant for them. Or maybe when they were like a year old. But it's been a long time. And then this is one she made for me, I think when I was engaged to Lars. And it says Kim Yulin, 1985. So we were married. And that Yulin is Christmas. And you can see how pretty the cross stitch is. But these are huge. And you want to put the numbers, kind of alternate them, because otherwise, when you go to hang the gifts, if you do it all down one side, like this one, we've learned you have like 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Otherwise, the calendar will tilt all one way when you get the gifts on them. So I'm going to start hanging my presents on them, and then I'll come back and show you how heavy they can get and how big and full they can be. So I'll come back in a little bit and show you. Okay, so now I've put on about a week's worth of presents on each of the calendars, and you can see that they get pretty heavy. And you may not want to put more than a week's worth on because it's got to hang on the wall. Okay, so there you can see I've hung about a week's worth of presents on each of the calendars, and I don't know if you can see how heavy it is. Or just see how full it is. But just with a week's worth on there, it is pretty heavy and pretty weighed down. And I'll add some more each day, but I needed about a week to get going. I needed some time to get the other gifts all together and wrapped, because I should have done this a while ago, but I didn't. Anyway, so let me show you how some of these look. There's Lars's. And his has about a week's worth on it. And here's Jacob's. And you can see it kind of covers up the whole beauty of the calendar when you've got the presents on it. But the kids have looked forward to these every year since they were little. A lot of times I just put a candy cane on them so that it's not so heavy. But let's see if you can see them all. I do some Starbucks cards and some different kinds of little gifts too. Try to do, I guess you can't see the candy canes on there really very well, but there, I put some under there. Anyway, that's the story of our Advent calendars, and whenever we have a new addition to the family, we'll have to do a cross stitch or an appliqued calendar. And that's one of our traditions, and it came from my husband, who is from Denmark, and I guess that they do Advent calendars really well in Europe. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and if you enjoy Vlogmas, subscribe to my channel down below. And I hope you guys have a wonderful December. Happy holidays!